season! Yay!
There is nothing worse than opening up that carton of fresh berries that you just bought the other day at the grocery store, whether it is strawberries, blueberries, or raspberries, and you look at them and they're already mushy and molded. Hey, I'm Daniela, the vegan mom, and today I will show you how to keep your fresh berries from molding up to 21 days. Firstly, get your berries while they are in season and make sure they are organic, because no amount of washing will remove the dangerous and poisonous pesticides. So while at the store, take your time and pick the best carton of berries you can find. Turn the carton upside down and inspect the berries the best you can. Make sure that none of the berries are smashed up and already leaking juice, because that creates an environment for mold. Once you brought them home, rinse them off with cold water, which removes any of the surface dirt. Next, to keep your berries from molding and to keep them fresh longer, is to soak them in a water vinegar solution. So I use this vinegar by Heinz, and it is a 5% vinegar. And make sure it is a 5% acidity, not the 7%, because the 7% is what you will use for cleaning your kitchen and your bathroom and for doing your laundry. I like using this colander. Now this colander has a removable net inside of it, which makes pulling the berries back out of the water vinegar solution very easy. Now I got this colander at a thrift store for just pennies, which is proof that staying healthy and doing good things for yourself doesn't have to be expensive. But if you don't have a colander like this, it's okay. You don't need something like that. You can just use a regular bowl and wash the berries in that, and then you just have to kind of gently dump them into another colander of yours, okay? Then you fill up your bowl with 10 cups of water, and you're using a 1/4 cup of white distilled vinegar. And make sure it's the 5%, not the 7% that you use for cleaning and laundry. So I put that in here. Put that in the sink. And then I stir that solution around a little bit just to make sure the vinegar is evenly distributed inside the water. And then I set this net inside the water. And I take my strawberries. Let's start with the strawberries. Ooh. And I inspect them one more time for any kind of bruising or damage. And I gently put them inside the water. And make sure that you do it very gently, because berries are very fragile. So be gentle with your fruit. The vinegar cleans any pathogens like mold spores, mites, pesticides, E. coli, bacteria, just all the yucky stuff that you don't want to ingest. Now set your timer for 2 minutes, because if you leave them in the solution for more than 2 minutes, you're going to get pickled strawberries, and I don't think we want that. And while the strawberries are in the solution, gently swirl them around so each strawberry gets covered with this vinegar solution and gets thoroughly cleaned. So after the 2 minutes, take them out of this water vinegar solution and drain the water and rinse them off one more time. So your next step is you want to place all the strawberries on a clean towel on the counter, and you want to place them very gently on this clean towel and let them air dry completely, because remember, moisture is the enemy of our berries, and we want them to air dry completely. Now that process of air drying takes about 1 to 2 hours. I know it sounds like a lot of time, but you don't have to sit there and watch them dry, because it's like watching grass grow. But in the meantime, you can either prepare a meal, clean your house, wash some other fruits or vegetables. So there's always something else that you can do while these berries are drying, okay? Here you go. Here are our washed berries. Now we're gonna let them air dry for about 1 to 2 hours, because remember, moisture is the enemy of our berries. So once they're dry, I'm gonna show you how to store them, all right? Next, we're gonna do the same thing with our blueberries. We're going to gently place them in our vinegar water solution. Oops, only one. And we're gonna let them soak for about 2 minutes. No more than 2 minutes, because otherwise they become pickled blueberries and we don't want that. So I'm gonna be swirling them around, and as I'm swirling them around, I'm looking for any blueberries that might be bad, and even like take these little, I don't know what they're like, these little stems. I'll take them off and put them in my trash. They're all looking so good. Let me go watch the time, making sure we're just doing 2 minutes, no more. And also remember to use the 5% vinegar, because the 7% vinegar is for cleaning and for laundry. Take off some of these weird things. But other than that, they're all looking really amazing. So it's been about 2 minutes, and we're gonna take them out of this water vinegar solution, and we're gonna rinse them off in cold water. That's our next step. So next, we're gonna be gently putting these blueberries right next to our strawberries and spread them out so they can all dry. And let them air dry as well until they're all dry, because remember, moisture is the enemy of our berries, and we want them completely dry before we store them. Okay, so here we go. Our berries are washed and clean and happy, and now they're just air drying. And in a minute, I'm going to show you how to store them properly, okay? Next, we're going to be washing our raspberries. Now with raspberries, you want to be ultra gentle, because they are just so very fragile. And while you're placing them into the water vinegar solution, inspect each and every one of them to make sure that they're not bruised or smushy anywhere, because just one bad one will destroy the entire batch, okay? So make sure that they're all okay. And if they're not, you don't have to throw it away. If it's not completely like disgusting, you can actually eat it right away. Okay. This one is a little mushy. Yeah, that's just a couple of mushy ones. I'm just gonna eat them either in the morning with breakfast or later on tonight as a little snack. So here we go with the next. This one doesn't look too good. Now we're gonna very gently just swirl them around a little bit. And like I said before, this fruit, which is very delicate, can teach us a great lesson about life. Like we took the bad ones and the smushy ones out, and either we throw them away or we eat them right away if they're not, you know, completely disgustingly molded. But the moral of the story is, you put one bad one amongst all those good ones, and they will all go bad in no time at all. And the same thing in real life. If you hang around bad people, or people that will pull you down, or people that are constantly negative, well, they will turn you into a negative person, and they will probably make you feeling depressed and like you don't want to move forward in life. So always surround yourself with good people, with people that are going somewhere, people that have the same visions as you, people that are going in the same direction. Always surround yourself with the best people you can find. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't lend a helping hand and help others out and completely stay away from any and all people that we deem not worthy of our time or energy. But you have to be discerning whom you allow in your inner circle, and you have to be discerning about whom you give your energy to, because you don't want to give your energy to an energy vampire. You want to give your energy to people who either truly need your help, and to people who are going to be giving back, and people that will make you move forward in life. So again, we can learn a lot from these precious little fruits. All right, I think this has been about 2 minutes. Again, we don't want to leave it in more than 2 minutes, because then we're going to get pickled fruit, and I don't think I would like that, and I don't think you would either. Okay, so let's take it out. Let's take it out of the solution and very gently rinse these raspberries, because they are truly very, very fragile. Now with the raspberries, I dry them a little bit differently than the strawberries and the blueberries, because they have these little cups, and water is inside those cups. So you can use either a cookie sheet, or I am using this flat cutting board, and I put some paper towels over it, and I put them upside down like little cups, okay? Because, like I said, they have this hole, and moisture and water gets kind of stuck in these little holes. So I turn them upside down and let them dry that way. It's actually kind of fun to turn them like that. They look like little elves, or like little Christmas hats or something. Yeah. There we go. And another thing you can do is you can ask your children to help. Now my kids are swimming today. We live in the desert, and it is extremely hot in the summer. So today everybody is out swimming, which gives me a chance to make this video for you guys and show you how to wash these berries. But it would be a good idea. Ooh, what's that? Oh, just a leaf. I thought it was a worm. Ew. But yeah, get your children involved and have them help you with washing the berries. Explain to them how you need to be so gentle with them. So yeah, let them help you and explain to them where the fruit comes from, how it's grown, how we need to be so gentle with the fruit. And while the fruit is soaking, let them swirl the fruit around. So it gives them something to do, and it also draws them closer to nature, actually. And if they're not into eating fruit or vegetables, by helping prepare the meals or helping wash these fruit, it will increase their willingness to try, and before you know it, you have very happy vegan children. Because this is actually fun. Okay, so here we have our cute raspberries. They look so cute. They look like little Smurfs, or like little happy Christmas trees or something. They look like little people. Anyway, we're gonna let them dry for about 1 or 2 hours. I'll be back once everything is dried, and then I'm gonna show you how to properly store everything. All right, see you in about an hour. So our berries are pretty much dry at this point. And the way to store them, I take a glass container like this one and I line it with a paper towel because the paper towel will soak up any remaining moisture. So we're going to gently put our strawberries in this container and put them in the refrigerator. And this way, after washing them in vinegar water and getting rid of all the mites and E. coli and pesticides and whatever else could possibly be on our strawberries, that preserves them for about 3 weeks. But I want to advise you, don't just wash them and store them. Eat them. Have them every single day. Don't just like learn how to wash them and store them and tuck them away and don't look at them for the next 3 weeks. I want to encourage you to actually eat them, okay? Ugh. We have a lot of big strawberries here. And if you want, you can actually put another paper towel on top of the strawberries for extra moisture absorption. We put a lid on it. And here we go. Here are our strawberries, and they're going to be lasting for about 3 weeks in the refrigerator, okay? Wow. Looking good. I'm so proud of myself. Now we're going to do the same thing with our blueberries. We're going to use, well, I have this smaller glass container, and I'm going to be lining it with a paper towel to absorb the rest of the moisture, and I will take all my beautiful blueberries and put them in this container. And again, if you have your children help you, teach them to be very gentle. Not just to be gentle with the fruit or the vegetables. Teach them to be gentle with animals as well. Teach them that animals are like us. They want to be loved and they want to be cared for. And because they are basically helpless, we owe them protection and we owe them our care. And that's what God tells us, to take care of the animals and to protect them. Well, this has another little stem on it. So if they have these weird little stems on them, just take them off so you don't have to, so you don't get that in your yogurt or your oatmeal or whatever you put them in. Here are our beautiful blueberries. Yeah, and if you like, you can give them a little extra moisture protection by putting like another paper towel on top of that. All right, I'm gonna close that. It's like Fort Knox with all those clips. All right, here are our blueberries. Looking beautiful. And they will also last about 3 weeks in the refrigerator. Last but not least come our beautiful, fragile little raspberries. Our little Smurfs. All right, we're gonna line another glass container and very super gently stack our raspberries in there. Now, raspberries may not last 3 weeks because they're just very, very fragile, and you should eat them pretty quickly. And again, like I said before, don't just store your fruit. eat it. Eat it every day with your pancakes or your waffles or your yogurt, or even on homemade ice cream, or even if it's store-bought ice cream, make sure it's a vegan ice cream. And you can put your beautiful fruit on top of it. Here we go. And again, we can put an extra paper towel over that for extra moisture absorption. And close it. Ooh, if I can. These containers are also really hard to close. What am I doing wrong? There. Ah, finally I got that. That was a trick. So here you see our raspberries. Enjoy your fruit. So there you have it. This is how you wash and store your berries for at least 3 weeks in the refrigerator. Please like and subscribe and become part of our vegan tribe. And if you enjoyed this video, you're gonna absolutely love the next video, where I'm gonna show you how to make a homemade berry sauce. Now we can use strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. You can use them frozen or fresh, but since we just prepared our fresh ones, we're gonna be using fresh berries. Okay, and so please go watch the next video if you wanna learn how to make a fresh homemade berry sauce. Until I see you in the next video, may you be well and may you know peace. Bye for now.